What's going on YouTube? Chris here from Projectoption, and in today's video we're talking time decay. In options trading, there is a term called time decay, which refers to the decrease in an option's price as time passes and as that option gets closer to its respective expiration date. In other words, option prices are observed to decrease as time passes, which is referred to as time decay. In this video, I'm going to do my best to explain time decay to you and completely demystify it so that you can understand exactly what time decay is and you can understand it on a basic and deep level. Before explaining time decay, we first need to discuss the two components of every option's price. The first component is called intrinsic value, which can be interpreted as the value of that option's ability to purchase or sell shares of stock at the option's strike price as opposed to the current market price of the shares. Let me explain with some examples. In the case of call options, a call option will have intrinsic value when the stock price is above the call option strike price. For example, let's say we're looking at a call option with a strike price of $115, but the current stock price is $135. In this instance, the call option buyer has the ability to purchase 100 shares of stock at the call option strike price of $115. Now, since the stock price is currently at $135, the ability to purchase shares of stock at $115 is of course $20 better than having to purchase the shares of stock at $135. So in this particular instance, we would say that this 115 call option has $20 of intrinsic value since the stock price is $20 above the call option strike price, and therefore the call option has the ability to purchase shares of stock $20 below the current share price. And for that reason, we would say that this call option has $20 of intrinsic value. Therefore, the formula for calculating a call option's intrinsic value is the difference between the current market price of the shares and the call option strike price. But this formula only works if the stock price is above the call option strike price, because intrinsic value will either be zero or it will be a positive number. Intrinsic value will never be a negative number, since if a strike price of a call option is above the current stock price, no call option trader would ever choose to purchase shares of stock at a higher price by exercising the option, when they could simply buy shares of stock at the current market price and they don't need to use the option. So for that reason, intrinsic value is either going to be zero or it will be a positive number. Therefore, the formula for calculating a call option's intrinsic value is the stock price less the call option strike price. And if you do that calculation and you get a negative number, that is because the stock price is actually below the strike price, in which case that call option's intrinsic value is $0. In the case of put options, a put buyer can sell or short shares of stock at the put option strike price, and for that reason, a put option will have intrinsic value when the stock price is below the put option strike price. So for example, if we have a put option with a strike price of $120, but the stock price is at $110, then the person who owns that put option has value in the option because they have the ability to sell shares of stock at the put option strike price of $120, which is $10 above the current share price of $110. Obviously, if you're selling something, it's better to sell it at a higher price. So in this instance, with a 120 strike put option with the stock price at $110, this put option would have $10 of intrinsic value because selling shares $10 above the current share price of $110 is $10. Oh my God, so many dollars. The formula for calculating a put option's intrinsic value is the put option strike price minus the stock price. And if you do that calculation when the stock price is below the put option strike price, you will get a positive number, which will obviously be the difference between the strike price and the stock price. In the case where the stock price is above a put option strike price, if you use that formula, you will get a negative number. And as I said earlier, an option's intrinsic value will never be negative, so that number will either be zero or it will be a positive number. So in the case of having a put option where the strike price is actually below the stock price, that put option will have $0 of intrinsic value. Intrinsic value is the first and the most stable component of an option's price because intrinsic value does not change as time passes. Intrinsic value will only change if the stock price changes and if that option does have intrinsic value. So for example, in the case of the 115 call option, where the strike price is $115, if the stock price is at $135, that call option has $20 of intrinsic value, and that will never change so long as the stock price remains at $135. But if the stock price falls to $125, then that 115 call option will only have $10 of intrinsic value. So the only way intrinsic value will change is if the stock price changes. Otherwise, if the stock price remains the same and the option does have intrinsic value, it will never change as long as the stock price remains the same. What I'm trying to say here is that time, or the passage of time, has no impact on an option's intrinsic value. Which brings us to the second and the more unstable portion of an option's price, extrinsic value, or as you may know it, time value. I think the easiest way to interpret extrinsic value or time value in an option's price as the portion of the option's price that is associated with the potential for that option to become more intrinsically valuable before it expires. Let me explain that. Options with more time until expiration will have more extrinsic value than options with less time until expiration, and that's assuming we're looking at options on the same stock and we're comparing the similar option type and the same strike price across different expiration cycles, which we will look at in just a minute. But why do options with more time until expiration have more extrinsic value? Because over longer periods of time, a stock price has greater expected price ranges, and for that reason, options with more time until expiration have more potential value changes through big changes in the stock price. So for example, if we look at options with 365 days to expiration, they will be trading with tons of extrinsic value because there are still 365 days for the stock price to change significantly, and that means there are 365 days for that option to become way more valuable, particularly intrinsically valuable, through a big change in the stock price. If you look at options with very little time until expiration, they will not be trading with much extrinsic value because with less time until expiration, the options valuations are more certain because there's less time for the stock price to move, and therefore there's less time for the option price to experience a big change, as big changes in the stock price typically do not happen in short periods of time. We can observe time decay or extrinsic value decay by simply looking at options of the same type and strike price across different expiration cycles. Longer term options will have more extrinsic value than shorter term options of the same type and strike price. As time passes and as an option gets closer and closer to its expiration date, that option's final value becomes more certain. For example, if we have a call option with a strike price of $110 and the stock price is at $120 and this call option expires in 30 minutes, we know that this option has $10 of intrinsic value because the stock price is $10 above the option strike price. But because there are only 30 minutes left before this call option expires, it's likely that this call option's value is going to be somewhere close to $10, since in 30 minutes, there's not a large probability of a big stock price movement, and for that reason, the call option is likely to be worth its current price, or somewhere near its current price of $10, since in 30 minutes, it's not likely that the stock price will change too far from $120. Which means at expiration in 30 minutes, this 110 call option is likely to be worth about $10. However, if we look at the 110 call option with a year until expiration, we know that this 110 call option still has $10 of intrinsic value with the stock price at $120, but since there are 365 days left until this call option expires, that means there's an entire year left for the call option to become significantly more valuable, particularly intrinsically valuable, if the stock price goes from $120 to $140, which is obviously more likely to happen over a year's time relative to a 30-minute time span. That's why if you look at an option with 365 days to expiration, that option is going to have tons of extrinsic value, but if you look at the option of the same type and the same strike price, and that option only has 30 minutes until expiration, that option is going to trade with very little extrinsic value whatsoever, because that option's value in 30 minutes is likely to be just about where it is right now, since in a 30-minute time period, there is not a large likelihood of seeing a significant stock price change, and for that reason, the option will have very little extrinsic value. If we plotted the change in an option's extrinsic value from 365 days to expiration to 30 minutes to expiration, and the stock price did not change over that entire time period, we would see a very steady decrease in the option's extrinsic value as it approached expiration, and that is how time decay in options trading can be understood. I'm Chris Butler from Project Option, and I will see you in the next video.